Perfection may not be attainable for most people within this lifetime. However, authenticity, that is your superpower. In a fake world, being authentic vibrates the highest. What's up, everybody? It's Brian again here with some spiritual guidance, some insight on your spiritual awakening journey. In this brief video, I would like to cover some tips to achieving your highest vibrational frequency, which, contrary to popular belief, is not love or joy or enlightenment. It is authenticity. But what does that mean? And how do we get there? How do we get to that point where we are vibrating at our max? Everything is coming towards us. We're in alignment with Source. All our needs are met. And we see that life is a dream. In this video, I'd like to cover that for you, what I've done, what's worked for me, and what's worked for others. So before we get started, I would love for you to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, leave me a comment if this resonates with you. So years ago, scientists did a study where they were measuring the vibrational frequency of individuals in a controlled setting. The scientific study goes that they're measuring people with joy, gratitude, love. These are high vibrational energies. But what they noticed during this study, that there were times that the vibrational energy spiked off the chart, literally spiked off the chart. And they weren't sure what it was, but they went back and looked at it later, and it was actually times when the individual was being their most authentic self. What does that mean? What does that mean to be our most authentic self? Well, for starters, let me say that it involves deprogramming, shedding the layers of conditioning that society has programmed us into believing who we are. You know, there's a saying that we are born, we're given a birth certificate, a nationality, a gender, a race, a religion, and we spend the rest of our lives defending a fictitious identity. And that's what it is that you aren't this, you aren't the individual. The universe is a dream. I am consciousness, okay? When I strip away all this societal crap, all this societal luggage that I've been carrying around, and abide in the truth of who I am as an inseparable aspect of the one, this is what would calibrate as enlightenment. I'm talking about the frequency that makes lights flicker when you enter the room. I'm talking about the type of frequency that makes heads turn, that makes strangers stare at you. I'm talking about the type of vibration that makes complete strangers tell you their life story. It can also trigger deeply unconscious people. It can cause outbursts and reactions. It can make animals and children feel safe in your presence. It can open the door to mind-blowing synchronicity. Why is that? Because it's all you. Reality is a mirror. Authenticity can peel the veil back for you and show you the true dreamlike nature of this earthly existence. You will be able to bend reality with your presence. But for starters, we need to understand what reality is. Reality is a dream. If you are seeing names and forms such as a person, a house, a mountainside, a tree, a bird. If you are seeing names and forms, you can rest assured you are fully immersed in the dream of duality. Why do I say that? It's because it's all one thing. Reality is one thing. Reality is consciousness. I am consciousness. You are consciousness. Life is a dream. Existence is consciousness. Sat Chit Ananda. The universe is one thing. You are an aspect of the divine. You are inseparable from the divine. Our inability to see this on a moment-by-moment basis as we navigate this duality is the cause of our lower vibrational frequency energies. So abiding in truth, abiding in our highest vibration, Abiding in authenticity first is concerned with removing the hooks of this world. And what do I mean by hooks? We have millions of things hooked into us that we are chasing, that we have been led to believe will bring us lasting fulfillment, will bring us peace, will bring us happiness, will bring us joy, and which may do so for a very brief period of time, but ultimately do no such thing, because all these things that have hooks in us aren't real. Okay? Understand that. You think, we think, I think I'm guilty of this as well. I think that it's the money or the fame or the girl or the partner or the job or the status. I think it's these things that are bringing me lasting fulfillment, when in fact, lasting fulfillment is actually already embedded within me. It's just welling up because I've given myself permission to feel it. The hook has released the bliss that is my true nature. And this is all, we are all conditioned to believe this. So we have to remove these hooks. We have to identify the impermanent things in this three-dimensional reality that are vying for our interests, that have us chasing the mirage. What do I mean by mirage? The physical universe is a mirage inside of you. You are chasing after dream objects, not realizing that you are actually the one dreaming. That love, bliss, existence, consciousness, bliss is your true nature, that we actually exist on a higher level of reality as the dreamer. We're laying in our bed, and when we awaken from this dream, it'll be as if nothing ever happened. So, removing the hooks, abiding in truth. Abiding in truth, what does that mean? That means, what did I just say? Abiding in truth. If you have realized the thread that permeates everything, the divine matrix, which we are all interconnected, right? And that knowledge comes and goes, then we've got a problem, because we only experience truth and wisdom when it suits us or when it's convenience. Great masters have unbroken knowledge of this truth. They have one foot in this world and one foot out at the other. Our sense of self is no longer constricted or confined to the individual entity. We understand that we are awareness and we are consciousness, and everyone is an aspect of ourselves. And so we are able to abide in this truth. And that is the authenticity that makes lights flicker, that makes strangers stare at you, that causes animals and children to feel safe in your presence, that triggers deeply unconscious, even insane people into violent outbursts because they are projecting their negativity onto you. Or the petty tyrant, how dare you vibrate so high, that want to bring you back down. Forces will come to work to try to lower your vibration, but ultimately they aren't real either. It's all you. It's all a hologram. It's all a dream. And so letting go of these hooks, letting go of this conditioning, and abiding in this truth, discrimination between the real and the unreal. Okay, we understand that everything is impermanent except the underlying reality. And I grab hold of that, or that is what remains when I let go of everything that is tying me and holding my vibration down. And life is a dream. Me personally, I am stepping out of my comfort zone to make this content out of a sense of duty and obligation that others simply must experience this. I'm probably preaching to the choir with a lot of you. Doesn't matter. I hope the algorithm finds the right people, that life is a dream. I died multiple times from drug and alcohol addiction. I was a reporter. I was a journalist. I was very successful, but it was all born out of ignorance. These near-death experiences, the depths and horrors that I experienced as a drug addict and alcoholic, was actually what brought me to the spiritual path, was because in 2020, I had a profound spiritual awakening that emptied my concept of the world and everything I knew, dumped it on its head, and lo and behold, here I am. I am stepping out of my comfort zone to make this content for you, because we are all one. We are all on this awakening journey together, and I am striving to be selfless and to present something of value. That's my only intention here, is to present something as value. I also have a book. If you're interested in supporting this work, I do have a book on the limitless nature of human potential, but I'll get back to that in a second. What I'd like to say now, wrapping up, is that in a fake world, literally the world is fake, it's all one thing. in a dream reality such as this. Authenticity is your superpower. This is enlightenment. On this channel, I would like to help people to abide in that knowledge, make it steady, as Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, steady wisdom to service to the all, guided by a power much greater than myself. I love you all. If there's anything I can create for you, let me know. This is my book on the limitless nature of human potential. Wrote this in 2020, threw it together quickly, but this is a exploration of the 108 cities of yoga. Siddhi is a Sanskrit term for attainment, special ability, powers. Includes things like levitation, telepathy, precognition, all the above. Just there are 108 classical cities of yoga. There are 180. This is the first book I know. It's on Amazon. If you look it up, Meditation, Yoga, and the Secret Powers of Consciousness. Also, there's a link on my page on the author bio. I'm not here promoting this book, just saying that human potential is limitless, that we were conditioned and programmed to believe that these abilities were bad or wrong, when in fact, these are side effects of the authentic spiritual path of total surrender to the one, total surrender to God, and deflation of the ego, an unraveling of what we consider ourselves to be so that we can abide in authenticity and truth. I hope this helps you raise your vibration. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I love you all. Thank you.